What's up, guys? It's Huntux51 here. I wanted to give you guys an update on the build that I'm running right now. It's not much from the last one. It's pretty much the same, except for a few things on my bar and a few pieces of jewelry. And my weapon, I mean, here. That's my buffed without my weapon damage enchant procced. I'm running the crit boon. My stam recuv is really low because I've been working on getting my weapon damage up by dropping stam recuv, which is really nice to do because I've learned how to play without it, because I'm a red guard with the red guard passive and siphoning strikes. 18k resistances. I'm just buffing the resistances like this because when you're in a fight, it's gonna be buffed by your surprise attack, and that's really nice because surprise attack in DPS. So after I kill. Let me see what my stats are now. But that's buffed in a non-buff campaign. I do not have Emp right now because my health is really low, as you can tell. But I've got 40k max stam, and this is what I'm running. 40k max stam, 10k max health, or 10k max magic, 23.7k max health. In a buff campaign, you're gonna have 25.8k max health, I think. And this is what I'm running, guys. So I'm running 3-piece Leckies with a greatsword sharpened. This is really nice to have. I mean, because you're a Nightblade and you've got your physical penetration from the sword, and then you've got your major fracture from your surprise attack. It reduces the resistance plus the sword, so that's almost 11k resistances that you're ignoring, which is really fucking nice. And like my buff surprise attack, I'm gonna show you in stealth because that's what my weapon, it's roughly what my weapon damage goes up to, I guess. It goes up to another 200, but like it's roughly what it goes up to with the weapon damage enchant procced. So I'm gonna show you the surprise attack from stealth. It's quite nice. 11k. I thought it would go up. I've seen it tooltip for like 16k with the enchant procced, and then with it already being hit on an enemy. I've hit 10k on other players. Usually you're gonna hit around, 5 to 9k, but the highest that I've hit is 12k on another player. And I'm gonna tell you guys something. One of my buddies was running Clever Alchemist the other day, and a lot of the Nightblade abilities are really broken. Like Incap, with this Clever Alchemist procced, Incap only tooltips for 12k. He did not have his Clever Alchemist procced the other day, and on Marked for Death in Thornblade, on a red and Thornblade named Marked for Death, he only had 4k weapon damage, and his tooltip for his Incap was only like 12k. And he hit a 28,000 crit Incap. And it was, Incap's broken as hell, dude, and I have more weapon damage than him, so I really want to see that. So 3 Leckies, 5 Hunding's Rage. I'd rather this be in pen, but as you can see, I've only got that plus. I mean, I'd rather all of my armor be in pen, but that's fine for now. I will be making that, or I will be getting that in pen. So it's gonna bring my stam down to like 40k, because it's 40.5 right now. And then the rest is in pen, Hunding's Rage, and then the 3-piece agility with all weapon damage. You can get away with running stam reco. You won't hit as hard as me, but I mean it's really nice. But basically, the way that you want to use this build, you're gonna make people dodge roll like a fairy because they're gonna get hit so hard. Like, I mean, I didn't even get a chance to bash. They're gonna get hit so hard that they're gonna dodge roll like a fairy. And all you gotta do is light attack, surprise attack. So light attack, surprise attack, bash. It kind of looks like this when you do it fast enough. See? And that's what you want to do to another player. And if they're dodge rolling around, you just swing your your heavy attack and you follow them. Don't try and animation cancel it if they're dodge rolling. That's just, you'll never hit them, but they can't dodge roll the heavy attack. Because your heavy attack, if they're dodge rolling, will still hit them, right? Because it'll hit them between it. But if you try to animation cancel a surprise attack with that, you'll never hit either of the abilities, and that's a lot of DPS loss, because I've hit 12k to 15k heavy attacks on other players. And your heavy attack will proc your enchant as well. Like, and it's just, that's all I really do for DPS is light attack, surprise attack, bash, or heavy attack. And then when I land my heavy attack, if they're dodge rolling, then I'll surprise attack, then light attack, surprise attack, bash. And usually that kills somebody. I got a few clips of me fighting Ultra Board, and we both do the same thing. And I'm gonna show you guys those clips. This is not exposing Ultra Board at all, because there's clips of him killing me as well. And I'm gonna throw those in here. But I'm gonna show you how to animation cancel like that, and Ultra Board has taught me how to do it, so I'm not by any means exposing him, because we are both really, really good players, and I'm really good friends with Ultra. Once again, my stats. I'm gonna go to champ points now. And I'm going to show you guys my buff stats in a buff campaign with my enchant procced. But I'm going to start in the red tree. 55 resistant, 50 hardy, 50 elemental, 22 thick skinned, 10 quick recovery, 46 warlord, 75 mooncalf, 26 tenacity, 40 tumbling. I might take those away because I don't dodge roll as much. Throw them into tenacity and get that movement speed, because it is quite nice, because when you're snared, that movement speed goes into play, and it doesn't snare you. It feels like you're moving normally because that movement speed is in play. 9 blessed, 30 melee weapon expert for riposte, because I block a lot. Like, it saved me a lot, this passive, because they'll be right about to die and they'll just get some hella burst out of their ass all of a sudden, and I'll block and it'll kill themselves. And then retaliation, because I block a lot as well, so when I block a heavy attack, my next light attack does 30% more damage, and I light attack, surprise attack, bash a lot, right? So it's gonna proc that a lot. 2 thaumaturge for your poison inject, 73 precise strikes, and 73 mighty. Alright guys, I'm gonna go into skills now. Camouflage Hunter. I run this so I can get 50% crit at least, because I do run the crit damage boon. Whoops. Rally, obviously, for your heal and weapon damage buff for the 33 seconds. I've gotten big heals off of rallies in the past few days. I don't know why. I think it got a buff in the last patch. Surprise attack, obviously, is your main DPS. Mass hysteria as your, well, CC. It's probably the best CC in the game. Ambush is your gap closer, and it deals hella damage. Like, look at this. Sorry, I have my TV up loud, so you probably heard all of that. It does tremendous damage. Plus, it's not being, it's not showing the buff from the 8% damage buff that you get from this. Another thing with Camouflage Hunter, if you're coming from stealth like I do on most 1vx fights, I'll come from stealth and then try to gank a person, you know, just to even the odds a little bit. And if you crit from stealth, you gain Major Berserk for 8 seconds, or Minor Berserk for 8 seconds. Which does stack with this for some reason. I don't know why, but it does. And it's quite nice. And this, if you're fighting in Nightblade, you just pop that real quick, you know, pull them right out of stealth. My back bar, siphoning attacks, because that's the only way I get my stam back. Vigor for the heal, obviously. Like, this heal's stupid. 15k with 11k overtime. That's a stupid heal. Like, I get 4 or 5k vigor ticks sometimes, and I don't even have major mending. It's just the weapon damage. Poison inject, really nice dot, and it does additional damage as well. And then it's an execute, because I don't run an execute anymore, as you can see. Because surprise attack, if you think about it, when your target's in execute range, unless you're fighting a tank, if you're fighting another Nightblade like myself, when your target is in execute range, that person only has like 5k health, and I non-crit 5k surprise attacks. Like, my surprise attacks non-crit for 5k, and they can crit for 8 to 10. So when you've got 25% health, instead of hitting an ability that's just going to give you a giant number, you know, to look nice, it's going to give you a small number, but it's still going to kill your target. And it puts another spot on your bar for this, which can open up another boon for you to use. Poison inject, I can't talk right now. Relentless focus for the minor endurance. I mean, it gives minor endurance, but I use it for the berserk because it increases your damage done, and I'm all about damage. And then it gives you like a weird proc here. Let's see if I can proc this. And it does a lot of damage with this proc. Wow, I was lagging there for a second. Like, this proc does a lot of damage, guys. Like, that was a non-crit for 15k. When you hit 4 light attacks, and like I said, my main DPS is light attack, surprise attack, bash. Light attack, surprise attack, bash. Do 4 of those, switch bars, hit that. Your target's basically dead. If they don't die from the 4 of those. And then shuffle, obviously, for your dodge chance. You can use mirage or double take. It really doesn't matter. But I like shuffle because, I mean, if you get snared, all you gotta do is pop that and the snare's off. But Ultra Board uses the other one because it gives you a damage shield, and he doesn't care about the snare, right? And Ultra Board's a really good buddy of mine. He's a really good Nightblade as well. So either one's viable for you to use. In cap on my front bar, I explained that earlier. It's fucking broken. And then Dawnbreaker on my back bar. So when I'm fighting in a big crowd, you know, I will show you some clips of that as well. with my guild, and I think that guy High Jolly was offline, and if we had that guy High Jolly with us, we would have wiped a giant Zerg with 4 people. But it was me, Xander Dances, and Simplify, and like we basically wiped, or well, we almost wiped. Like if we only killed a few people, but we stayed alive in a Zerg of 20 people for a good 5 minutes, and I popped a Dawnbreaker, and there's so many low health targets, and Xander just, we alt bombed them basically. And if we had that guy High Jolly online, he's a Stamsork, and he's got another alt, you know, that could have killed that whole Zerg. And we still killed a few of them, which is really nice. Yeah, that's about it for this, guys. Enjoy the clips. I hope you enjoy the build as much as I do myself, and thanks for watching, guys.